What's up guys, Coach MANdler here, Team Soul Patrol. Hey, last week for Flex Friday, we did a strongman specific overhead press training routine. And one of the top questions that I got from email as well as in the comment section was, could you do the same thing for a deadlift routine? And it brings up a very valuable question because when it comes to strongman, there is typically a certain format that most promoters follow when putting together a competition. There's always going to be some overhead press variation, there's going to be some type of deadlift variation, a loading variation, a medley, and there's always some crazy ass event that might be thrown in as well. It's all dependent upon what promoter is putting on the show. But nevertheless, like I said, there's always going to be some type of deadlift variation. So today what I want to do is take you through a very simple training routine devised for increasing not only your 1 rep max on the deadlift, but also your strength and speed endurance in the deadlift, so that you can not just up the amount you can lift, but also the amount of reps that you can get to, because both of those are very important when it comes to strongman. You don't know whether it's going to be a last man standing type event or a how many reps you can get type of deadlift event. So without further ado, let's get started on this. I got a couple tips in there thrown in, so take what you want, throw these in to your routine, and I can guarantee you, you're going to be starting to put up bigger bar bending numbers with greater ease. Alright, the way we're going to start this off is pretty much the same way we start off the overhead work. We want to focus on getting good core activation so our spine is insulated and we're not putting ourselves in the way of injury. So what we're doing here is kind of a combination of good mobility work as well as core activation work and lat activation work, which are all going to be real important for our deadlift. So we got a kneeling overhead get up. It's a little bit more advanced. If you can't do those, just start with you being on your knees and going right into that kind of overhead lunge to stand up, but just keep everything nice and tight. Keep your wrist, elbow, shoulder, hip, and knee all in alignment as you stand up, and just make sure you keep everything nice and tight surrounding your spine. This is good anti-lateral flexion work and is going to be tag teamed with this kind of band lateral front. I don't even know what you want to call this. It's basically going to pull you to the side and force you to keep nice and tight. So it's going to give you some good activation in the glutes, hamstrings, quads, as well as the upper back, and most importantly, everything surrounding the midsection, especially those obliques. So great way to really insulate and activate everything that's going to be required for you to put up bigger numbers in the deadlift. And speaking of deadlift, right before I started on these deficit deadlifts, I had about 3 sets of 5 kettlebell swings, just something to kind of really activate my nervous system and get my body used to moving fast and explosively with the same hip extension movement that we're going to be using in these deficit deadlifts. So quick note about these, I don't really like going till absolute failure on deadlifts. I used to all the time, but after a couple injuries, I've just decided to stick with going maybe 1 to 2 short of failure and working on strength endurance and a little bit of strength speed while really focusing on nailing down good form. And overall, it's just a great exercise. Throw those in, and it's definitely going to help you start with or get more starting strength out of the hole whenever you deadlift from a regular height. Definitely throw those in if you have the hip mobility to do it. It will take you next level. And after that, really what we want to focus on is just some weak point specific core activating type exercises. So what we have here is just a kettlebell reverse lunge, and doing that with just that one kettlebell to the side is a great way to really get the obliques and everything, again, surrounding the midsection activated. So doing a single leg core activating movement like those, 8 per leg, and then following up with 8 glute ham raise is a great way to really bring those strengths up so you can bring your deadlift up. And although I didn't film it, a fantastic way to finish up any strongman or deadlift routine is a couple laps of sled drags. Hey man, thanks for checking out the video. If you did enjoy what you saw today, do me a solid. Before you leave, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the tips and routines that I'll be hooking you up with here. And if you're trying to figure out a better, faster, and more consistent way to build more of that ripped and powerful muscle mass that allows you to look and perform like a beast, then be sure to pick up your free copy of the muscle building blueprint that I put together for you by clicking on this button right here. Or if you're on a device, let's say a tablet or a cell phone, simply go to the description area of this video right now and click on the first link that you see down there. When you do, I'll take you to another page which breaks down every free module you're going to be getting with this kick-ass free gift, as well as what you need to do in order to get it for free. So like I said, to get this right now completely free of charge, download it by clicking on this button right here or go in the description and hitting the link there. Appreciate your time, guys. Have a good one. MANdler out.